ninja lifestyle is one of self-awareness. Self-awareness is the key to the way of the ninja.
Being natural is the ultimate secret of the art. The way of the martial artist is the way of enduring, surviving, and prevailing over all that would destroy him. To be a ninja, you must see the whole thing. You must be on your toes constantly, yet be relaxed. Don't overthink. Don't underthink. Training teaches us to maintain order within ourselves. This is the mentality of a ninja. The first priority of the ninja is to win without fighting. Strategy is an integral part of winning, and we must win in the shadows. We must win behind the scenes. We must win where no one is watching.
We must win in our thoughts. We must win in our conversation. We must win in our actions. Before the war is won, we must see it. I must have a vision of winning. Victories are won by inches. Those inches are wrapped in our thoughts, our language, and our actions. There is a way to win in every facet of life. In the room of negotiation, in the world of action, it's what you do behind the scenes. It's the work you put in, the sacrifices made when no one is looking, when the world is sleeping and you are serving. It is only then, at that moment, you will find deeper fulfillment.
Despite being prepared for death at any time, the spirit of the ninja is an art in which you must show nothing, allow nothing to be heard, and nothing to be seen.
Relax and calm your mind. Forget about your fear, your worries, your pain.
Your enemy will have unnatural movement. Therefore, you'll be able to know what he is doing before he does it. From now on, you must strive to cut out unnecessary movement. Waste in movement is wrong, and it will get you killed.
I choose to thrive in the shadows, disappearing until I emerge successful. The beauty and the brilliance of awareness, to know one's weaknesses, to know one's strengths, to know your opponent. Appearances can be deceiving. Forget about your fear, your worries, your pain. Focus on your opponent's movements. Follow them. Fall into the rhythm.
Always observe your opponent very carefully. Watch them, study them, examine their movements. You need to use the first seconds of every encounter to evaluate the length of their blade. Breathe in. Breathe. Breathe life into the weapon.
And the shadows. You think you have seen the whole forest, but the technique is only one tree. To be a ninja, you must see the whole thing. You must be on your toes constantly, yet be relaxed. Just take it as it is. Don't overthink. Don't underthink. Training teaches us to maintain order within ourselves, so we may live in harmony. Your life is on the line. You must practice well. The price of success is hard work and dedication to the job at hand. Determination to get it done. Whether we win or we lose, training teaches us to maintain order within ourselves, so we may live in harmony. and you will earn your skill with blood, sweat, and tears. And then you must never accept an inferior position. Move with your feet, and the hands will follow. To become strong, powerful, or famous is really nothing special. No more talk. I'm sick of people talking. Train. The time is now to work.
If we start from zero, there is no end to the number of techniques that will emerge. Start with what you have. There is a way to win. There are techniques to be executed, but nothing can be done unless we first believe. We must start with ourselves.
I choose to live by choice. I choose to make changes, not excuses. I choose to have results and not regrets. I choose self-esteem and not self-pity. I choose to excel and not compete, to maintain a state of calmness of mind.
When you have won the war with yourself, you will win the war with every opponent.
Seek not the stage, seek not the spotlight, but rather seek integrity and authenticity behind the scenes. Govern yourself in the shadows with integrity.
Relax and calm your mind. Forget about your fear, your worries, your pain. Forget about it all. Do not be intimidated.
You are calm but alert, relaxed but ready, smooth but sharp, humble but confident. Forget your sadness, your anger, grudges, and hatred. Let them pass like smoke caught in a breeze.
Knowing that disease and disaster are natural parts of life, but the key is that we can overcome them. We can overcome it, the adversity, the calamity, with a happy spirit. The way to experience ultimate happiness is to let go of worries and regrets. The way of the martial artist is the way of enduring, surviving, and prevailing over all that would destroy him. You must endure to the end, no matter what happens. I call this the art of awareness. This is the beauty and the brilliance of awareness. To know one's weaknesses, to know one's strengths, to know your opponent. It's time to look inward, past your mission, past your duties, and begin asking yourself, who am I? And what am I doing here?
Where are you? How did you get there? Where were you? And where are you going? Self-awareness is the key to the future and the way of the ninja. The true art of the ninja is to know one's limitations, boundaries, strengths, and weaknesses.
Most people spend their time finding fault in the action of others rather their own. You must execute. It's time to look inward. You must look for the best version of yourself. Execute your craft. There is so much more for you to discover. You must be fair-minded, at peace with yourself. Being natural is the ultimate secret of the art. Just enough is just enough. Apply just the right amount of force. Never too much, never too little. Walk in a single path. Become neither cocky with victory nor broken with defeat. You are not just fighting one opponent, you are fighting the unknown.
Keep going. Slow is smooth and smooth is fast. Waste and movement is wrong and it will get you killed. Learning a technique is not to an end in itself. It merely indicates where you need to start. Everything is basics. You must look beyond the wound to win the fight. Where you are hurting, where you are bleeding, where you are crawling.
Happiness is the supreme satisfaction that life offers. Rethink the source to find happiness. This art does not mean you're invincible, but it means that you never give up. Only you can decide what you want to experience. So take this to heart. When applied, the technique reflects in your actions.
We must not seek happiness from the outside in, but from the inside out. We must find the blessing. We must find goodness in the ordinary.
Dispel dissatisfaction and sorrow. Don't think that any one technique is the end, because there is no end. Every day, we grow taller, stronger, wiser. You must remain in a constant state of healthy revelation, because there is no end.
There is no perfect technique. Just when you think you've got them, you're dead, because you didn't. We must keep a student mentality. We must ever endeavor to invest in ourselves. We must grow daily. Much of life moves at the speed of the connections we make and the questions we ask. We must remain hungry for true wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. If someone keeps training without knowing the foundation and how it blooms into a flower, then it is certain he will have a hollow mind.
Be prepared for all of the outcomes at all times. The wrong brush on the battlefield is not something that is forgiven easily. Steady, accurate, and fierce. If you don't have these three qualities, you cannot enforce the power. And then you must never accept an inferior position. You must execute. Your aim will be accurate because you trained it to be. Your mind will be sharp because you honed it. Your body will be strong because you have pushed past fear. You must be on your toes constantly, yet be relaxed. Just take it as it is. Don't overthink. Don't underthink.
You must look beyond the wound to win the fight. Where you are hurting, where you are bleeding, where you are crawling.
I have applied all techniques that reflect my heart. Between the idea and the reality, between the motion and the act, it is time to seek peace. And you must appreciate the freedom and peace. If you perform this art with the wrong spirit, you will have a hollow mind. A person must be wholehearted in order to gain something true. I choose to excel and not compete, to maintain a state of calmness of mind. I choose to thrive in the shadows, disappearing until I emerge successful. It is the training to become a moral person, to learn to endure in whatever social condition one is in, to know and accept one's fate, to live for human beings and for other creatures. We maintain the art of awareness. We choose always to be at peace. This is the ninja mentality.